good evening, everybody. For some reason, my normal streaming software is being weird, so we're going kind of old school tonight, and no stream overlays, and just me, empty screen, unfortunately. But here we are. It's Timbip Live. It's Thursday night, Thursday before Christmas. Have you gotten your shopping done? Are you in the Christmas spirit yet? Is anybody here? Hello? Hello? Can anybody... There's... Hello, Bev Porter. Merry Christmas to you as well. Bev Porter showing her support. I hope you have been well, ma'am. It has been a while since you've been in here, but it is good to see you as always, and hope you and yours have a very happy holidays, a very Merry Christmas. All those things. All those things. Those things we say. Tony Bag of Donuts himself, hello. What is going on, my friend? I hope you're well. Anybody drinking anything in particular tonight? Anything fun? Anything interesting? Cole George, cheers all. Hello, Cole George. Brewmaster 1313. What's up, everybody? Hope everybody is well. Hello, my friend. Ooh, 1792 foolproof. That sounds delightful. I'm pouring up a flight that I ran across. Ran to go grab some bottles that had been in the back of my mind that I felt like I needed to have along for the ride for the holiday season. They're still at my grandparents' house where we were staying before we moved into the new place, and collected a few of them. Grabbed a couple boxes. Went through some stuff, tried to figure out what was worth bringing with me at the time. I only had limited space, and I was going through one of the boxes, and I found a bag. It was this brown, kind of like burlap sack-looking thing. I was like, what is this? Don't know what this would be. Turns out that this was a Party Source blind bourbon tasting with 4 different samples. And I think this came from Swan a couple years ago. And I've just never gotten to it, so we'll see. Old Forester 1920 bottle from before the recent label change. Do you know if the whiskey's changed at all? I'm curious. I do like the new updated label, though. Tony, I have not found the Larson yet. I found a couple boxes that I hadn't looked through prior to when you came into town last, and I did not see it in there either. I know it's around. I'm still so sorry. When do you move into your new house? We moved into our new house in September. We still have just a lot of residual things that are hanging out at my grandparents' house. They've been gone for a while. They passed in 2014 and 2020, grandfather and grandmother respectively. And so there was kind of a vacant house that we went and spent a little bit of time in, just in between selling our old house and moving into this one. And I've still got a bunch of stuff that's there. You guys! What's up, Darren Wright? Good to see you, buddy. Ho, ho, ho from the Linux Cat himself. Hello, buddy. Good to see so many people in here. I had a follow-up, but it didn't make any sense in my head, so. Just happy you're here. So, I got me these 4 samples. Party Source Flight, blind bourbon tasting. A, B, C, and D. Gone ahead and poured them up. Haven't done a flight in a while. Especially haven't done one blind. And I guess I'll go through and do this Matt Madness style as well. I'll even write some stuff down. Look at me. I still remember how to use a pen. Not great at it, but I can still operate with a pen. So, these are supposed to be 4 bourbons. I don't know if they are for sure, but I have them all poured up. Here's the first one. We'll go ahead and start getting into it. Okay. Now this notebook has seen a little worse for wear. Got about 2 months to train. I do indeed have a couple months to train. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, after tonight's stream, if you are on, I saw Donnie's message here saying he had messaged Tony on Discord, which reminds me that tonight after the stream, we're going to have a little 10-bip holiday party over on the My Bourbon Podcast Discord, which if you are not on the Patreon, you don't have access to, but if you head to patreon.com/mybourbonpodcast, all tiers over there are, they have access to the Discord. So even at $1, all the way up to the highest tier, you guys are, you're welcome to join. And we're just going to hang out, have a good time tonight. Clifton's not streaming, so I figured we may as well do something to pass the time and enjoy each other's company in the process. So, all right, glass A. I want to say it's lower proof on the nose. I would bet you this is probably 90 proof. Maybe even lower than that. It might be 80 or 86. All right. Let's go for the first drink of the evening. I'm going to say, as I'm sure I will say a few times tonight, cheers, y'all. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. All right. Oh, there's a lot more on the palate. A lot more on the palate. I'm gonna lock in a few things here, even off of the first sip. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna stick with this first sip. I'm even going so far as to what I think this is. So I'm trying to run through some of the typical Matt Madness questions that you might get. Proof, state of distillation, distillery, mash bill, finished or not. This to me rings true as a lower proof Buffalo Trace product. That's also a little bit younger. I would be unsurprised if this wound up being something like, was this whiskey made by a woman or a man? I'm going to say this. I don't know, but I believe this is more than likely a low proof Buffalo Trace. I'm sticking with Ancient Age on this one. I mean, it's not bad. There's more to the palate than there is the nose. The finish is virtually non-existent. Speaking of blind tastings, did anybody watch Fred's Top 100 blind tasting last night? Or see the results? I stopped in for a little bit as we were trying to get Eden to bed, and right before Lucy and I watched The Muppets Christmas Carol last night, which I freaking love that movie. It's one of my favorite Christmas movies. I'm always, I will say, I think that Fred is so good about maintaining sobriety. And he did an even better job of it this year than he did last year. And I was impressed with how together he was last year. I think this year he really stepped up his game. Whatever one will cost $300 next week. Well, here's the thing. The winner for I'm not gonna say too much because I want people to see it for themselves and make their own conclusions. But it's a whiskey that's a part of an expensive set of whiskeys, so I will not say too much else about that. Moving on to Glass B. I'm only half joking. Well, here's the thing, Tony. You're not far off on the estimation of price, at least. That is finished. That is 100% a finished bourbon. I'm saying wine finished. I'm not completely locked in on that just yet. I'll figure that out once I get to the palate. But as of right now, I do have to say hello to Sugar Kitty and meow 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 meow. Oh, and also if you want to support the show and support and also donate to the well-being of one Mr. Snuffleupagus, who has had clearly a very rough start to his holidays as he is laying on his side over there, just chilling and hanging out as he tries to recover. From things that he is feeling deep inside his bones. You can head to the Stream Elements link in the description below. I will see your message here. It goes to support Timbip Live and Timbip overall. There's no pressure, of course, but it's just like super chatting. So. Yeah. This is another Kentucky. This is very, very familiar to me. Hmm. I'm not sure what the finish is. It is very dry. I want to stick with, it's not double oaked. I want to stick with wine finish. It's a mid proof point as well. I mean, I would be surprised if it were over 110. I'm leaning towards something like 10, gosh, even 101, 107. Nothing crazy. I'm going to lock in 105. I'm going to go ahead and say, I'm going to say 7 years. It almost reminds me of a Jefferson's wine finished. So I'm gonna mark down Jefferson's finished. Yeah, I don't have a whole lot else to say about it. It's a little confusing, but I'm not confused about the fact that MC is here. Hello, Miss Emily Chambers. Hey, y'all, it's me, the Shadow. You are no one's shadow, not even your own, Emily Chambers. Just happy you're here. Yes, Tony was on the podcast this week in the opening moments, excuse me, which I did not credit him, and I'm very sorry, but he wrote a full Night Before Christmas script that was Bourbon and Timbip themed, and he called in with it, and he asked if I could do some extra editing, throw in some Timbip characters into the mix. I said, absolutely. And then I completely forgot to credit him. But it was Tony. So, here we are. And again, I feel like every time now that I get on these live streams, I'm having to apologize for something. But I do apologize. Oh, now we're talking. This is more up my alley. It's got a lot more oak than the other ones have so far. It's almost got kind of a cherry and toasted marshmallow note to it. Those are two separate notes, but I'm almost inclined to say this is Buffalo Trace as well. It's not, but it's got some hallmarks of being Buffalo Trace. I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised if this wound up being a Wild Turkey product. From Mr. Tony Bag of Poems. I'm sorry you can't see your name on screen, Tony, but I feel bad I left Snuffy out of the poem. Merry Snuffmas. Thank you so much, Tony, for your $10 Snuffy chat. It is so very much appreciated. Merry Christmas to you and yours. Don Nishida, did I say hi to you? Did you slip in here? Don Nishida's here. Hello, Don. He did slip in here. Oh, boy. Oh, there is so much chocolate on that. it's not quite wild turkey. I'm leaning more now towards. And he slipped back in and out again, or back out and in again. There we go. Yeah. God, that's not right. Turkey's not right, and neither is I keep wanting to go for Green River. I need another sip. It's got a really good finish. Don says a friend just got back from a vacation in Vietnam and gifted me with several different durian snacks. Yum. Oh boy, I can't wait to gag thinking about those too. This one's deceptive. I'm gonna lean into it being turkey. Something is telling me go for turkey on this one, and even if it's not, I think that pretty much says everything. And then I got some other samples we're gonna get to after this. You know what? I started that thought midway through, and I didn't mean to. What I was going to say is that, yes, we are already at a sample D in this flight. So I will move on to some other samples as well before too long. But I definitely do want to take my time with this one. This is my Durian Weekend 2024. Everything gets paired with durian snacks, or just straight up durian. And waiting in your room at the hotel is one whole durian. You want a shower? Durian. You want to drink some water? Psych, it's durian. Oh, okay. All right. D is where it's at. A lot of rye spice. There's some... Wow, I can't believe I'm about to say this. It smells like Old Bay seasoning. I have never had a note like that before. How interesting. Is this sample made from durian? It is. Surprise. This sample D is a spice bomb. I mean, there's no way around it. No hotel in the US will allow that fully. You don't know. Maybe in the contiguous United States. I don't want to speak for anybody in Alaska or Hawaii. Durian soap and shampoo will be waiting on you. Old Bay is that sample from Maryland. It might be. I don't know. We're going to find out together in a moment. But it's also got just nice little... like that crab whiskey Bill has. No, it's not. Yeah. I know what you're talking about. But not quite. It's got a lot of like vanilla and marshmallow underneath. All right. That does not taste like a Kentucky bourbon. It's weird. It's very strange. It's a little minty, but also a little, like, smoky. Like, it's got some hickory smoke to it. How peculiar. I'm saying this is Indiana. I'm saying it's Indiana. I'm saying it's 115 proof. I'm saying it's 8 years, not finished, and a rye bourbon. As of right now, Old Bay Goldfish. Have you had the Old Bay Goldfish? They are spectacular. Oh, Old Bay Durian. It might be the only thing that makes it tolerable. I don't know. I've had crab chips, potato chips with Chesapeake Bay seasoning. There's an Old Bay branded one now as well. Ooh, that sounds good. You know those shrimp chips? They're like, aren't they like puffed chips or something like that? Anyway, so good. I think you can even get them on Amazon too. So, all right, I'm gonna taste through these again real quick. See what A feels like. Man, it is so low proof. Malort Durian finished is next. Hey, look, it sounds like a crazy idea, but I mean, it could be a hit. Who's to say? Beef feels finished on the nose, but it doesn't on the palate as much. It still feels dry. I'm sticking with finish. I'm sticking with a wine finish. It could be a very brief, like, red wine finished bourbon. Maybe like an Armagnac or cognac. Oh, actually, cognac finish might be the way. Cognac finish is not a bad lean in. Oh, C is still my winner so far. D is just so different. It's so unique. Sipping on that yak. I think our link for the Armagnac finished rye, excuse me. No, it is not in the description. Let me pull that for you real quick. If you want to buy a piece of Timbip lore, our barrel rye pick finished in Armagnac casks, excuse me, is available still, I believe, at the link that I just posted. It was in collaboration with our dear friend David Levine over at Whiskey in My Wedding Ring. It's a blend of 5 to 14-year-old Indiana and Canadian rye finished in an Armagnac cask. And it is very good. I'm very, very proud of this pick, honestly. All right. My final definitive ranking of this Party Source. I'm not even going to read what that is yet because I'm curious what... They have one little card in an envelope that just says hint. And I can't imagine what the hint would be. But we'll get to that. I'm going to go least favorite to favorite. My least favorite was A in this. A was... Oh, wow. Basil Hayden. Basil Hayden's bourbon bridges the flavor of rye whiskeys and small batch bourbons together. Enriched by a hint of peppermint, it is balanced with notes of pepper and rounded off with slight citrus overtones and a spicy, warming finish. It's doing a lot of heavy lifting for me to think that that was 90 proof. Julie Like. Good evening, everyone. Merry Christmas, Perry. Good evening to you, and Merry Christmas to you as well, Julie Like. I hope that you are well. It's good to see you. Miss seeing you from time to time in here. All right, sample B was just regular old Woodford Reserve. Really? Big Cat 253. Not a bit of pretentious marketing fluff at all. Definitely not sugar-coated. Definitely not. Big Cat 253. Cheers, everybody. Cheers to you, Big Cat. Thanks for being in here. I'm very surprised at that. That being Woodford. That's not bad. That's not bad. A lot of bubblegum on it going back to it. Papa Ritter, the jolly old elf himself, is in, as he puts it. Hi, Papa Ritter. Okie dokie. Moving into the top two. Glass number D was Maker's Mark. Really? How is that Maker's Mark? Beefeater Gin lowered its proof again. Now at 40%, was 47, then 44, and now 40. That's so strange. What's their... Do they have a reasoning behind it? That's bizarre. No, it's just regular Maker's Mark. Please focus. See? I don't know. They did it without explanation, I believe. Of course. Okay, well, what proof changed? It was Beefeater Gin. Okay, so sample C was my favorite. This has not gone. I mean, as far as my palate goes, this makes sense. Not doing great though on my madness guesses. What? Bullet Rye. My favorite of these wasn't even a bourbon, it was Bullet Rye. I guess. I mean, it makes... Okay, I mean, drinking on it now, yes, it definitely does taste like rye. It does not taste like 95.5 rye the way that Bullet Rye is. What the heck was the hint on this? The hint's not a hint. The hint just tells you the 4 that it is. That's just revealing the answers. It just says Woodford Reserve, Basil Hayden, Bullet Rye, and Maker's Mark. Party Source, what on earth are you doing? I mean, it was a cool flight. I'm really glad I got to try it, but so strange. What a mind freak indeed. Didn't you guess that was finished in cognac? I guess I need to try some Bullet Rye. No, I thought the Woodford was cognac finished. It just didn't seem... It had a different quality to it than I remember Woodford having the last time that I drank it. I will say, hey, look. My tasting notes, my notes on A, the very first thing I said. Nose, lower proof, lots of water. My note for Basil Hayden is always, it's just watered down bourbon. That's what it tastes like to me. Okay. Don't you hate it when your palate betrays you? Yes, I do. Yes, I do hate it when my palate betrays me. Don't they know? Come on. Yes. Well, time for a tiny suicide of what I had left. Then we're going to move on to some samples. Couple of samples. Also, as a reminder, if you want to hang out with us on Discord after the stream, we are going to be doing a small little 10-bip holiday party, Christmas party, whatever you want to call it. I do not care, and I am also not offended. And that's why Basil Hayden was awesome 6 years ago when I was just a newbie. I knew, I guess 6 years ago was when we started the podcast. I think my opinion back then of Basil Hayden was the exact same that it is now, generally speaking. Oh, that wasn't a bad little blend. Will the mutant be joining us? No. Yeah, I should have called it an infinity pour. I apologize. Will mutant be joining us? No, he will not be joining us tonight. He had a small, standard medical procedure today, and he does not normally feel like drinking or hanging out with anybody or just feel good at all after he has these particular medical procedures. So I asked him if he was going to be up for anything, and he said no. I said, well, I completely understand. It was all routine, though. He's fine. I mean, as fine as he can be. Have you met the guy? Okay. That was a fun little flight to do. Nothing too crazy, but in this bag, I have a bevy of samples from Mr. Barrel Proof EDC. Oh, Max. He provided us with a sample of the Pride of Anderson County that we did, the bourbon that we didn't get to try. And a bunch of other samples as well. I'm gonna hold off on a couple of these. I don't know what this is. Yeah, there's a couple of these that need some, well, they're not exactly spur-of-the-moment pours. And if they are, it's because, well, you've been drinking a little bit. There's one in particular that I wanted to pull out. Where is it? Ah, here it is. Do I want to hold off on that? Actually, I might hold off on that one. Ooh, actually, that's a good one. Get out. A whole bevy of beverages indeed. He's the kind fellow that donated the E.H. Taylor barrel proofs to its bourbon night, right? I think so. That sounds right. My out-of-town friends will take a pic of Basil Hayden and tell me how much they love it, and it's the best. I often remind them to check the proof and try something else side by side. Amen to that. Keep something back for Christmas Day. There's stuff in here that I'm keeping back for a while. Because, okay, I mean, I'll just tell y'all what it is, but one of them is the, is it the Obtainer? Regardless, it's the one pick from whiskeychannel.com from David and Kira that's 160 proof. So I'm gonna wait on that one. But this one's just got the word Beyond written on it. And I'm trying to remember all the stuff that Max told me, but I don't remember anything saying... I don't remember him saying Beyond at any point. So I'm just curious at this point what this is. Dukes of Hazmat. There we go. Drink what you like. Save the high proof for those who appreciate it. I agree. I love high proof, of course. I just don't feel like that right now. I want to hang out and have a good time. I'm not in the mood to get blitzed. I'll send you more. I got plenty. Oh, of the Dukes of Hazmat? Maybe I'll have a little teeny tiny bit on the after party holiday hangout. Why don't I just ask him what the Beyond is? I could do that. Because I think it's a... I think it's a whiskey tuber pick. Come on. Gotta learn how to type someday. Actually, I'm a pretty good typer. Must be plant-based. Must be. Let's quick, Bob. Oh, let's go. Skibidi toilet. My general base happy point is around 100. I can go up or down, but 100 land is my sweet spot. Anywhere from 101 to 120 is kind of where I rest these days. But yeah, in the ongoing journey of trying to retrain my palate towards, accepting and truly enjoying like 90 proof things, I'm still on it. I'm still on the train. The train hasn't quite reached its destination yet. Whew. That's like a powdered donut. A boozy powdered donut. Hot dog. My goodness. I mean, it really does feel like powdered sugar. Even down to like the texture on the mouthfeel. It's like text to speech. Even on the mouth. I used to be able to do this. Even on the mouthfeel. Even on the mouthfeel. That is so good. It's so weirdly good. Like, I don't know. I gotta know. Does anybody know of a whiskey tube pick? Anybody in the whiskey tube sphere that has a pick called Beyond? Lucy's over here texting me. I barely know what she's talking about, too. It happens. It happened. You know. I was getting out of the shower earlier. I don't think it's going to show super well on the camera, but I've got some, maybe if I up the, nah, you can't even tell. I've got some new, fairly prominent streaks of gray showing up. There we go. That's where we were. Both sides of the temple. Grade's coming out. It happens. Man, this Beyond is good. Whatever it may be. Did the chat stop for just me, or... Maybe I'll just stop typing. I don't know. The other pour that I wanted to try... Mine are almost white. Can't see them if I keep it short. Papa Ritter's got a bit of gray. That's true. We're moving slow tonight. Hey, that's all good. Move at your own pace. It's the holiday season. Going Stephen Strange on y'all. It does kind of like, by the time that it is at its most prominent, it will look very Stephen Strange-esque. If and when I cut my hair again. Which is not happening anytime soon. If and when that happens, it would probably. I feel maybe not exactly. I don't even really remember. This is what happens whenever I grow my hair out, or if I do anything different with it for a while, and then I try to go back to the old way of doing my hair. I don't remember how I did it before. So. Okay. So every time even when I'm in the midst of a particular hair care routine, I don't do it exactly the same between refurbs, which is, I guess, just to say every time I take a shower, I feel like I'm doing it. Ooh, okay. Mike got a little happy there. I always feel like I'm doing it differently. So, should I do the mic from down here? I feel like I need to do the mic from down here. Why have I not been doing that? This is a much better... You can actually see my face if I do this. What's the matter with me? So this other pour that old Max provided for me, that's not it, is it's a Bourbon Junkies Barrel King Knighted pick. Not sure what's in here. And truth be told, I haven't had a Bourbon Junkies pick in a while either. Now I've got to relearn. See, like, this is so much better. Constantly learning. Work on yourself constantly, folks. Even if it's figuring out how to adjust a microphone stand the best way that you can. Turn the volume up just a little bit on my mic as well. Ol' MC, happy Christmas, y'all. See you on the flip. Much love to you, M. Hope you have a great rest of your evening, and a Merry Christmas to you as well. That reminds me of the Heaven Hill that I fell in love with. In general, like a general Heaven Hill. Because when I was really starting to just love bourbon was when I started getting some of those older like pirate bottles of Elijah Craig, not even the barrel proof, just the 94. And it just had this snickerdoodle character to it, and this has all of that, and it just is taking me back. It's got a little bit more proof to it, of course. I would imagine this is probably 116 proof, but good, man. Good. Mr. Patrick Starkey, I made it. Yes, sir, you did, and yes, sir, we are still partying after. Having a good time hanging out after the stream. 110%. I wish I had some Big Red 12 Elijah Craig. It was so good. I don't know if I've ever actually had a Big Red 12. I had a couple of rear age stated bottles, and I mean those were still amazing. But yeah, I've never owned a Big Red 12, but I know for sure I've never owned one. I'm not sure if I have ever had it before. Actually, I'm sure I have. I poured Disco 8. Been a while since I've had some older discos. I still, for my palate, in my humble opinion, I still think the first couple of discoveries were the best. That being said, though, I mean, I haven't had any in the past. I haven't had any from the past couple of years, I don't think. So there could be some bangers that I've missed out on. Fifth quarter tailgate. Hello, Scott. Cheers, everyone. Happy holidays, Perry. Happy holidays to you as well. Merry Christmas. Hope you're doing well, man. Good to see you in here. Had a mini Christmas miracle today in the form of Elmer T. Lee sitting on the shelf for retail. How on earth that happened? I'm very impressed that you were able to come across that. And congratulations as well, Pat. Last bottle of 12 I did shots chased with Coke because I couldn't drink it neat. Younger Darren. There you go. That's like Swan giving me that bottle of Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. And I'm pretty sure it was the one that was 139. It was in the pirate bottle. 139, whatever. And regretting that later. Papa Ritter said it out, going to bounce, but love and cheers to everyone. Merry Christmas and have a great holiday. See you all soon. I'll see you in a couple days, Papa Ritter. Love you, buddy. I don't know if I've had 11 yet. If I have, it's been a minute and I've forgotten. Look, I drink so many things that sometimes it's hard to remember them all. Was that your favorite gas station, of course? Oh, there you go. Patrick definitely had the pickup of the year. There you go. One hundo. Oh, man, we're already over 9 o'clock. Well, I do believe that means that we are we have reached the moment of, I don't know. It's time to say goodnight to the stream, but that does not mean that we are saying goodnight to the opportunity to chill and hang out and have a good time. So if you want to join us over on the Discord, we are going to be hanging out this evening, sharing some pours, sharing some laughs, having a good time, just talking with each other. Because, That's all you can ask for. But I appreciate you all being here. Thank you for a wonderful, wonderful year of Timbip and of Timbip Live. I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna do live next week. We probably will. But we shall see. All that being said, cheers, everybody. Thank you so much for all of your support. We will see you real soon. But until then, I'm Perry. And this has been Timbip Live. Okay, let's try to find the thing. There it is.